easy.
Rolling.
Welcome back to Yoga Express, moving the body to still the mind. My name is Bani. I'm your host for this program. To my extreme right, we have Jacqueline Wright, who is a fitness trainer for senior citizens. And Jacqueline, thank you so much for coming back. It just says a lot about our guest as well. So you are totally addicted as well. And of course, Josiane Hood to my immediate left. Josiane used to direct my show for quite some time. Today we have directing our show, we have Sergio Rivera, and we have assisting Sergio is Tiffany Withers. Thank you so much to our crew, and back to our special guest, Krishna Dhalakia. Krishna is an advanced yoga teacher, but she's been gracious enough to teach us at what we call a very basic level.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure Krishna is the first person to admit that we can make every posture as advanced as we want it with our breath. I love that you touched on the breath part last time. It really helped me. And I think, Josiane, you mentioned too, right? It helped you to follow your breath.
Because when you do the breathing, it pushes further into the posture.
And it is the most important part of any yoga practice to breathe.
Right, and that you also wove that into the vinyasa, expression of vinyasa.
Yes, moving with your breath.
Right.
Absolutely.
Jacqueline, how did you feel? Just a quick feedback.
I felt that when I breathed, I was able to go deeper into the posture.
True. With every exhale, takes us a little deeper. That's true. And I found in fact, I sort of said it half jokingly, but it was a little bit, some postures were a little hard for me. But the moment you said breathe, even though I was probably calling you names in my mind, I actually knew that was the right thing to do because it felt so good.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, thank you so much for that. I'm so happy you're back.
Yes.
Krishna, before we move on to the stretching, our viewers also, just to remind them, you're also a nutritionist,
yes,
right?
I'm also a nutritionist.
Tell us a little bit about how, and we didn't get a chance to do this in the last episode that you came, but how do you help, now how can you help our viewers? How can they contact you? You're on Instagram?
Yes, I'm on Instagram. I have a website, Om and Spice. It's integrating yoga and nutrition.
OmandSpice.com.
OmandSpice.com, and it's, I think, on the screen.
Yes.
And you can contact me from my website, and I am taking new clients, and I do private nutrition sessions, health coaching, so focusing on stress management, physical activity planning, and also smoking cessation. And I also do private yoga sessions with my clients. So all of the focus I really try to keep with my clients is a wholesome, holistic lifestyle approach that can be sustained over a long period of time.
It's not like here today, gone tomorrow.
Yeah,
type
it's
of
not a
practice.
fad
I love
diet.
that.
It's not like anything that's guilt-inducing. It's
Right.
working with what you have right now in this moment.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
What do you have planned for us today, Krishna? We love the last two sessions
Oh,
that you were
good.
with us.
I love teaching it. So today I am going to focus on, just like you had mentioned, moving with your breath. So using movement to still the mind. And I think that's a really beautiful line that you have. So we're all going to start off in child's pose. So allow the knees to spread mat width distance apart, and allow the big toes to touch, and just allow yourself to sink back into your seat. Allow the forehead to rest on the mat. And as you do this, I'll be sitting up, just giving instruction and observing. Gently rock the head from side to side. Yeah, so using your third eye or the middle of the forehead, just drop the ear from side to side. You're going to find that it releases the back of the neck. You may find that one side is more inviting than the other.
I actually had surgery in my left side of the neck.
Oh, okay.
So this is helping.
Oh, good. And then come back to that breath. So inhaling, feeling the belly push away towards the floor. Exhale, pull the belly back in towards the spine. And this is also really helpful if you have lower back or general back discomfort. Breathing this abdominal breathing is going to help you strengthen your core, and it's also going to help you protect your back. So if you want to do something good for your back, focus on deep breathing exercises. And then find stillness in the middle of the forehead. So just land. And then trickle the fingertips back behind you and find the heart lifting up. So shoulder is over the hips. You rise, lift the heart. And then interlace the fingertips behind you. As you inhale, pull the fists down towards the ground and pop the chest up towards the sky. Exhale, trickle the hands forward, this time coming into a tabletop position. Shoulders over the hands, hips over the knees. And you inhale, you drop the belly down, pull the heart forward, coming into your cow position. As you exhale, pull the belly back, release the head down. Stay here in the curvature of the spine and come back to child's pose. So hips release onto the heels, allow the head to gently land on the mat. Moving with the breath, slowly again trickle the fingertips behind you just like you did. Lift the heart and the torso up. Interlace the fingers behind the back. As you inhale, release the fist down and pull the heart up towards the sky. Exhale, slowly walk yourself forward into the tabletop position. So hips move over the knees here. Inhale, belly drops down, pull the gaze forward. Exhale, curl the spine up towards the sky, release the gaze between the legs. Keep the curvature here again and widen the knees, push back into the child's pose. So as you can see, we're using that movement to still the mind. Slowly trickle the fingertips back behind you like you just did. Interlace the fingers and slowly rise up towards the sky. Fist pulls down on the inhale, heart pulls up towards the sky. Feel the shoulder blades moving in towards the spine. As you exhale, you release again, coming back into that tabletop position. Inhale, belly drops down, gaze pulls forward. Exhale, curl the spine up. And then gently push the hips down into the child's pose. And I'd invite you to close your eyes and do one more on your own. At this point, you know the pattern, your body knows the pattern. So move at your own pace. There's no right, there's no wrong. You are just moving. Yeah, beautiful, guys. So there is no judgment in the movement. You are doing what feels good to you. And when you are done, so take your time finishing the movement, we'll all meet in child's pose. Gently come back into your tabletop position. The shoulders are over your wrists, hips are over your knees. And this is a very safe place to start if you've never done yoga before. Pulse the right foot forward. You can give yourself a hand, bringing the foot forward. And then you find yourself walking your toes forward towards the front of the mat. Little wiggles here and there. Knee over the ankle here. So you find the left psoas or hip flexor opening up. Stay here and slowly start pulling the shoulders back, gaze forward. Plant the left hand down onto the ground. Inhale, gently lift the right hand up towards the sky. So we're coming back to those twists again that we did earlier in the first session. We find ourselves, and I'm using Jacqueline as a model here, twisting from the middle of the back, the mid-thoracic spine. Stabilize through the hips here. With each inhale, you grow taller through the crown. With each exhale, you find yourself moving a little bit more deeper into the twist.
This is the part where I remember to breathe.
And you breathe.
It feels good though.
It does feel good. It feels good to use your body. It feels good to move. Our bodies are meant to move. Gently release the hand down onto the ground. Shift your hips back and straighten the front leg. Walk the front heel forward like you are trying to reach something with your heel. And you may notice by doing this, shifting the foot from side to side, you're actually massaging the side of your leg that does not stretch, your IT band. The vein that runs down the side of your leg. So let's give that a little bit of love. Take a look behind you. Your left hip is directly over your knee. Flex your toes to your nose like you're trying to tickle your nose with your toes. As you inhale, grow tall through the crown of the head. Exhale, bend the elbows and perhaps bend the front knee if it feels good. We'll be here for one breath. And if it feels good, you could perhaps sway the front foot from side to side.
That's a nice move. You're right. We don't really think of stretching
No.
in our science, right?
The muscle we don't use.
Exactly.
The muscles that we don't use, all those nooks and crannies of the body. And then come to a steady position with the foot facing forward. Pulse the knee over the ankle. Nice. Inhale, lift the arms up towards the sky. Nice. And I love this pose because it is a full expression of yourself, right? Your heart is shining. You are showing yourself, right? Like you're strong, you are proud, you are a warrior, essentially, going through life. Place your hand on your right hip. Place your hand on your right hip.
Right hip.
And then just sway the body over to the right. Yeah, so the opposite side. And then circle the hand down onto the ground. Step the foot back. And then release the chest down onto the ground and release the entire body. Press the hands by your heart and bring the elbows in towards the center of the spine. Pressing down through the pubic bone, inhale, lift the heart, coming to cobra pose. Exhale, tap the forehead down onto the mat. Inhale, lift up and release any tension through the jaw, the neck, and the butt. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. And then slowly find yourself pushing back into that child's pose. Tabletop position. Bring the shoulders over the hands, the hips over the knees. Find yourself pulsing the left foot forward, or give yourself a hand again. You could crawl that heel forward to create more space in the right hip. Find the knee over the ankle, and just notice the opening through the right psoas muscle, the right hip muscle. Plant down through the right hand on the ground. And inhale, left hand reaches up. So we find ourselves twisting through that thoracic band again. Front thigh moves inward towards the center of the chest. Exhale, release the hand down onto the ground. Shift the hips back and straighten the front leg. Or keep a slight bend to the front knee if you have lower back issues or hamstring issues. Flex the toes as you inhale, shine the heart forward. Exhale, releasing. And again, like we did before, working to open up those nooks and crannies of the body. Start swaying the front foot from side to side. If you don't have any knee problems or hamstring issues, this should really feel good for you. Good.
Feet are just coming out of a washing machine.
Yeah. So give yourself a nice clean, swift clean in that washing machine, huh? Okay. Finding stillness.
I'm still in the machine.
Or stay as long as you'd like. Knee over the ankle. And inhale, arms lift up. Shining your proud self, right? How lucky we are to be here. And then place the left hand on the left hip. Inhale, fingertips reach up, and then sway over to the left. Towards me, Jacqueline, yeah. And breathe into the space of the side waist. Exhale, gently release the hand down onto the ground. Step that front foot back. Find the heart bending in between the hands and release the entire body on the mat. Forehead plants down onto the mat and release your hands by your side. Yeah. Nice. We're coming into locust pose, which is called Shalabhasana in Sanskrit. So if it works for you, we're going to lift the chest and the legs off of the ground, pressing down through the pubic bone. Okay, so maybe you come back into the cobra pose, right?
Yes.
Okay, so as you inhale, gently lift everything off of the ground, or just your chest. Yeah. But create length through the back of the neck, so slightly tuck the chin in towards your chest. Yeah. Press back through the back thighs. And feel your heart pushing away from the floor. One full breath here, maybe lifting up a little bit higher. And then exhale, gently release your right ear on the ground. Release the hands, release any tension. Release your glasses if you have them. And then switch over to the opposite ear. So we're finding some balance in the body here. There are two lines in yoga philosophy that run down the spine called the Ida and the Pingala Nadi. And so we're just balancing the left and the right side of the body. Beautiful. And everyone take a full breath in. Exhale out through the mouth. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Lovely, guys. Slowly at your own pace, move back to child's pose. Inhale, hands trickle back like you did at the beginning of the session. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Yeah, so feel a lift of the heart, feel the shoulders over your hips. So lift yourself off of the ground. Yeah. So feeling that stillness in the mind coming from the movement in the body. Drive the fists down and feel the heart open up. This is where you can stay if you would like to practice this. Or release the pose. Bring the knees together. And lift off. Find your hips lifting off of the ground. Your knees are inner hip width distance apart. Press down through the shins. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Now this is going to be an easy modified camel pose, just opening the heart. So slowly drive the fist down and feel the heart lift up. Don't collapse the neck back. Find integrity through the neck. So tuck the chin in towards the chest and then feel yourself perhaps rolling the shoulders in towards the spine a little bit more. You may stay here, or if you're experienced with camel pose, roll the toes under and grab a hold of the back of your heels and find a lift of the heart. But listen to where you are. If this is too much for you, back away from the pose. But shine your heart. This is a great heart opener. Slowly bring the hands on your hips if you've tried the full prostration or the full camel pose. And then release the hips down onto the heels and come back into child's pose. We have 5 minutes. And this is like life, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have 5 minutes, and sometimes that child's pose is just so worth it.
It feels amazing, especially after the camel.
The camel child's pose just really helps sink everything back in.
And I felt like for some reason, I loved the way you expressed it. Take your heart to the sky. I like your choice of words. And I felt almost like making the ha sound when I went up in camel.
Yeah.
Because I found it easier to breathe. So I wanted to do. Actually,
Yes.
I did do that.
Everyone,
softly
let's
though.
just do that. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale.
Those of you out there who are stretching with us, I'd like to let you just to plug our postcard in. We have very simple postures in a straightforward postcard. If you come on the show, you will know exactly how to move from standing, seated, prone, and supine. And when we have amazing teachers like Krishna, she's gonna work us. But it's a very happy
The
workout.
reward is always worth
It's
it.
definitely worth it.
So let's turn around and come into Shavasana. So just flip over like a plain pancake.
And while we are doing that,
And then
because I
head.
want to experience a full Shavasana, I just want to say thank you to our amazing crew, Tiffany and Sergio. Thank you so much. Our facilitators out there as well, responsible for the gobo and the lights. Where facilitators are Brian and Richard Swanson, I think. Yes. Richard Swanson, and of course to our amazing guests as well. We have our participants, Josiane and Jacqueline Wright. Krishna, you have taken us through 3 amazing practices. I hope you'll come back, and I know our viewers would like to get in touch with Krishna, so I'm going to get
I'd
into
love to
my...
hear from them. Yes.
Please do contact her. You know what I checked out your website, by the way. It's amazingly simple, so straightforward. I loved it. I
Oh,
think
good.
that says a lot about your nature too, probably.
Mhm.
Most likely. I mean, I would love to do a very simple site like that. I think I need to fix my site.
The
Krishna's
things
website.
we think about, right?
That's right. Krishna, you have your website? Please call it out one time before you do.
Yeah, sure. It's www.omandspice.com.
The spice represents your nutrition bag.
Yes, nutrition and the fact that I am Indian and cook
That's
with
right.
a lot of spices.
That's true. I love that.
Yes,
We're ready for our Shavasana.
yes. Or if you would like to sit in meditation, that's fine as well. So wherever you are, just find yourself kind of melting in towards the earth.
Yeah, you can take us through Yoga Nidra. We would love to.
Yes.
We have 2 minutes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
You were saying that's it.
That's it? He's done?
No, you didn't say that. That's all.
I think he came for the second.
Well, wherever we are,
Our screen is still on, so. All right. I
we're
see
going
what you
to just
relax and cool down.
enjoy the reward of our yoga practice.
It does feel good. Josiane, some feedback for Krishna so we
I
can.
feel good. She
Drag
really
her
gave me
back in.
that those things with spine twist. I love that.
That's so
Yes.
good,
I
right?
love that. I
Good.
really do.
What is it about spinal twists that makes you feel so good?
It's that ringing out. It's like the vertebra of the spine are like links on a chain, and whenever we twist them, we release. But
Right.
you have to do it at a level that is really appropriate for your body.
Right.
Mhm.
You could do
And-
it even sitting in a chair. right?
Yes, absolutely.
Just-
Just gentle
I do
side.
that sometimes when I'm in front of my computer. I twist all the way to the
Right,
right,
right.
all the way to the left.
I have a little bit of
It feels
restriction.
good.
I use that
Yes.
as
It's
an
not
excuse.
enough, but I mean it's something.
Yeah, no, it
Some-
feels great. It
yeah.
feels great. And while we're still rolling, we just have the credits. Just very quickly, what is it about forward folds that helps us relax and the back bends energizes us? What's happening?
Well, I think that you're activating different parts of your nervous system, your sympathetic versus your parasympathetic nervous system. And your adrenal glands are located along the side of the neck.
They're activated too.
Yes. So whenever you throw your neck back,
It energizes us.
yes.
You have that rush of adrenaline.
yeah.
Now I understand.
Or it's
Yeah.
just like an energetic expression
Right.
of a back bend versus a calming forward fold.
Okay,
Thank you. Thank you so much. Perfect
Thank you.
timing.